Bulo Vinaka, and welcome back to another new week of our live video. We got Nam here as a guest speaker, and today we'll be talking a little bit of Fiji and Fijian culture. So we'll just wait for some of our viewers to join us before we head into our live topic tonight, and I would like to welcome everyone, all our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight's live video. And so before we begin, I will just let Nam to introduce himself, and then we'll start straight away.
Bulawanaka, my name is Nemani Vakadingo Rokombuli. I'm originally from Namupe Lau, in the Lau group. Born and raised in Lami, in Gawia, and I've been living in Navua, which is very close to Pacific Harbour, for almost 14 years now.
Thank you, Nam. Bulawanaka, Doris, Bula Suli, thank you for joining us tonight's live video. So we will not waste time now, so we'll just head right on to our question and answer. So tonight I'll be just asking Nam a few questions about Fiji and its culture, and Nam will be sharing with us a little bit of Fiji and its culture. So are you ready, Nam?
Bring it on.
First question, where is Fiji?
Thank you. Fiji lies about 4,450 kilometers. It's southwest of Honolulu in Hawaii, and it's about 1,770 kilometers north of New Zealand. And the Fiji Islands, there's about a total of 330 islands in Fiji, which makes up the Fiji Islands archipelago. And there are two major islands in Fiji. We've got Vitilevu, which is the largest island, and then we've got Unolevu to the north. And apart from the 330 islands that we have, there's about a third of it that's inhabited, and the other 2/3 that are still uninhabited, maybe due to the island being small and uninhabited, or maybe people just haven't really bothered to inhabit those islands.
Good. So how many islands are together in Fiji?
So there's about 330 islands, roughly. People would say 333, but there's more than 300 islands that makes up the Fiji Island archipelago. Okay.
What would you recommend to do in Fiji?
Fiji, I think our main revenue earner at the moment is tourism. It was before the COVID-19 pandemic, and with that being said, they have a lot of activities that people can actually indulge here if they come in and stay in Fiji. So we've got water sports, we've got village tours, hiking and trekking on both the main islands. So, but most of what we do, what people can actually do here in Fiji, is, I think, roughly and mainly based here in Vitilevu, or the largest island that we have.
Why is it Fiji a good place to live?
Well, pretty relaxing. People are known to be one of the friendliest people on earth, and that is a fact that I wouldn't say we don't brag on that, but Fiji has been known to the outside world as one of the friendliest people. And so, roughly, with that being said, when people come to Fiji, we try and create a home away from home for them, so that when they come here, they feel welcome, they feel loved and cherished before they go back home. So it's the climate is I would say fairly humid here in the west, but slightly a lot cooler as you go towards the central and the south as well.
So why is it a good place why is Fiji a good place to study English?
English. So we've got a lot of universities in Fiji and places where you can study. So we've got, just to name a few, we've got the University of the South Pacific in Suva. We've also got the Fiji National University. We've also got the Freebird Institute here in Nandi. And that being said, we also have the Fiji British Academy, where people, especially students from abroad, can come and learn, just to involve themselves in learning English. So those are a few options that we have available to them. But that doesn't mean that these are the only options that we have. So there's a lot more that we can offer where people can come and learn English.
Bula vidak makrita bula Sharon. Hello Sharon, all the way from New Zealand. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Bula Maggie, thanks for joining us. So Nem, how far is Fiji British Academy from the beach?
From the beach. So it roughly takes you about 10 minutes to walk from the current location that we're on right now to the beach. So that's not a long walk. It takes you 10 minutes, so good exercise. Breath of fresh air, a bit of breeze from the ocean as well. So it's roughly 10 minutes away from the British Academy, Fiji British Academy location as well.
Thank you. What else is there to do in Fiji apart from beach and water sports?
I can also say, we've also got zip lining, to name a few. We've got the mud bath, the mud pools, excuse me. We also have village tours, that a lot of visitors, where people can actually see how Fijian life goes on and goes about for that couple of hours when they're with them. And there's also, for instance, the Namosi Eco Retreat, where people go unplug from the modern world and just indulge themselves in the simplicity of life, living with Fijians on a daily basis. Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit of Fijian culture?
Fijian culture, it's something that is based on not only hierarchy, but we have, for instance, positions in the village like the chief, and then we have the headmen of the village. We also have other positions like the warriors, okay, the priest. We also have the spokesman, the mataniwanuas, and in a Fijian setup, each member of the tribe actually falls into one of this category, whether they be from the chiefly family or whether they can be a fisherman's tribe, a wood carving tribe, and so forth. Yeah.
So do you guys, do Fiji still practice cannibalism?
Well, I'm sorry to say that we have basically, we've stopped with that. Okay. And
thank God.
Yeah, thank goodness that we've stopped with cannibalism as well. So yeah, I think it's a breath of fresh air too for people that do not know how far we've gone here in Fiji. So yeah, we're done with cannibalism. We're done with that, and it wasn't easy at all for those missionaries that came over and to allow our chiefs to lay down their war club and accept Christianity. So I would say, it wasn't a peaceful transition for some of them, with the likes of Reverend Thomas Baker. I think that's a very famous story in Fiji where he didn't make it out alive. So yeah, so with their sacrifices, I think our chiefs were, finally they were able to lay down their war clubs, and and honestly, it was pretty much the end of cannibalism, and we've moved into a new era. So yeah, good night.
What is your favorite Fijian food?
Well, a Fijian is known to love food. So we love our home cooked meals. My favorite would be, say, ika wakalolo with a bit of tapioca or cassava, and a bit of kokonda would be nice every now and then. So we also, boast, I would normally say, a lot of fresh water and seafood supplies that people can actually try. So apart from the normal dishes that the Western world is known for, we can actually offer a huge variety out of that to what we have in terms of village life. So cassava, if I can just add into this, tapioca, we've got ndalo, sweet potatoes, or kumala, and yams are just some of our staple diet. And also included into that, I think we also have a lot of rice that is consumed in a lot of our homes now, apart from just cassava and tapioca, knowing pretty well that the climate and the soil differences and vegetation types in Fiji offers a little bit difference to what people can actually grow in certain parts of Fiji compared to the others.
Thank you. What is your favorite place in Fiji?
Well, a favorite place in Fiji is a place where I can say I feel welcome. So it can be, apart from just living home aside, it can be a neighbor's house where you're invited, a friend's place. And with the Fijian hospitality that's renowned worldwide, I think anywhere is always home for us.
As you said from the beginning, that you're from one of the islands in Fiji, which is called Namukaila. Can you just tell us a little bit of your island?
Well, Namukaila is just an island of its own, Namukaila, and we're situated on the east. So if you look at the structure of how the islands are laid out in Fiji, Vitilevu being the largest island is here. Then we have a group of islands, coral limestone islands towards the east that's very close to Tonga. So with Tonga being Fiji's closest Polynesian neighbor, the furthest island in the log group, so to say, is, I would say, just a couple of hours away by boat from that island to Tonga. Yet if we travel from their island to the main island, which is Vitilevu, it might, if it's a direct run, it might take them, say, roughly 11 to 12 hours minimum. So that's almost half a day of traveling, yet they are so close. So my island group, Namukaila, is sandwiched between a group of other islands, Kambara and Como, on the eastern front of Fiji. Yes.
So what would you recommend our foreign friends and neighbors good thing about Fiji, so that they can have a chance, if they have a chance to come and visit Fiji? What would be the good thing that you would recommend them about Fiji?
Sure. With that question in mind, I would say that we have a lot of options that people can tap into. They can come and laze around at the resorts if they want to come and stay at a hotel. We've also got beachside mores from other hotels, and it depends on which side of Fiji you want to come in and stay in while you're here in Fiji. And we've got a lot to offer when people come over. So we're just not white sandy beaches and swaying palm trees. No, I think for people to get a better understanding of the true Fiji, then I would highly recommend them to do a village tour. At the end of the day, it's the people that will make it happen.
Talking about this village tour, okay, like when tourists or foreign people, when they go to a village or visit a village, what should they do, or is there should they wear traditional type of clothing or anything?
There's actually something that is commonly has to be worn by people. So before they actually enter into a Fijian village, roughly there's a few things that has to be kept in mind. One, the attire that has to be worn by the people that are coming in. Okay, so ladies normally they have to wear something below the knee level. Hats are not supposed to be worn in the villages. We don't normally carry things on our shoulders when we're walking. And that being said, it's also the presentation of the kava roots, and asking the people's permission to enter the village. So those are a few things that we have to keep in mind before we eventually set foot into a village as well. It's so those are just a few things that we have to keep in mind.
So for this sewu or kava ceremony, how normally do Fijian do this sewu or kava ceremony?
As I've mentioned before, I think it's just the presentation of the kava roots, or if you don't have it, you can have it in a powdered form, presented to either the chief or the village headmen and asking them for permission to enter. And as soon as they receive that, it's sort of like permission has been granted for you to see the village side and to be with them for the duration of their stay. Yeah.
So can you just, since some of our friends and families and our foreign friends abroad, since some of them haven't tasted kava, can you just explain a little bit about kava to our viewers this afternoon?
Okay, so before I explain what kava is, first of all, we'll start with very basic information to start off with. The Fijian word for kava is actually called yangona. Okay, yangona. Okay, yangona is spelled Y-A-Q-O-N-A, and it's a drink made from the roots of a pepper plant from the pepper family. And the botanical name for kava is actually Piper methystico. It takes about 5 years for the plant to be matured, and it's uprooted. We wash and clean the roots and the stems, then it's finally hand pounded, or dried first and then hand pounded, and then we mix it in a piece of muslin cloth, so just to trap the sediment. So whatever comes out at the bottom, which is mixed with the water, is what we consume. Now, with that in mind, we also have, I think, the strength of the drink is somewhat predicted by two things: the amount of powdered form, or the amount of kava that you have, and secondly, the amount of water that you pour into the kava. So if you pour a lot of water, then the kava is basically diluted. So if you need a much stronger taste, you just pour less water. And I think the first thing that you'll notice is that when you drink kava, it gives the tongue in the mouth a slight numbing effect as well. Yeah.
Okay, so that was, thank you very much for all of this. That was a little bit of our Fijian tradition and culture, and a little bit of Fiji that we share this afternoon. And we want to thank Nem for being our guest speaker for this afternoon, for this week's live video. And thank you very much to all our viewers for joining us on our live stream. We want to thank you, and God bless you for joining us. And don't forget, before we end the live video, don't forget to give us a like and share our video. And we still going on with our competition, and for our competition, and we got a winner. Okay, our winner is all the way from Conjoint, China. Okay, her name is Manny. Thank you very much, Manny. You won 2 hours tuition. Okay, so to the rest of our viewers, our competition is still on. Okay, you know what to do. Just comment on our live video, and don't forget to share and give us a like. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, Nem, for joining us, and have a blessed night and a blessed week. Goodbye.
Okay.